For critics, it raises questions about escalation, legality, and whether this marks a new phase of U.S. military involvement in Africa. What makes this strike stand out is not just the date, it's the weapon choice. The U.S. usually relies on drones and smaller precision weapons for counter-terror operations on the African continent. Here, there were no drones in the headline, no Hellfire missiles. Instead, Washington reached for naval cruise missiles, a tool normally associated with the opening salvo of a major campaign. That sends a very clear signal. The threat is being taken seriously. The U.S. wants ISIS-linked networks in West Africa to know it can hit them from far offshore. And it's a show of American power projected deep into the African interior, without a single U.S. soldier crossing the border. To understand why Nigeria is suddenly the focus of this kind of strike, you have to look at the violence on the ground. For years, Nigeria has been battling a toxic mix of hardline Islamist extremism, including ISIS affiliates and Boko Haram, heavily armed bandit groups conducting raids on villages, clashes over land, grazing routes and resources, and a booming kidnapping for ransom industry. The victims are not just one community. Both Muslims and Christians are killed in these attacks. Villages are burned, farmers are driven off their land, worshippers are targeted in churches and mosques. In the north and the central belt, ordinary people are caught in overlapping conflicts with very different motives: ideology, money, revenge, or simply survival. Against that backdrop, attacks specifically targeting Christian communities, churches, and religious gatherings have drawn international attention. And they're exactly the kind of incidents U.S. officials say this Christmas strike was responding to. But here's where it gets even more political. In parallel to this operation, the Trump administration has labeled Nigeria a country of particular concern over religious freedom, citing a pattern of violence and state failures that threaten Christian populations. Human rights groups and analysts push back on a simple narrative.